It's game time. The Kid Gowie. Ravens Nation. All we know is purple and black. And if you're not a Ravens fan, Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium, where opponents don't make it out alive unless we bury them. Every team be afraid of them, especially all the quarterbacks, cause our defensive linemen won't hesitate to leave you sacked. Let's take a minute, go back to Super Bowl 35. Domination was an understatement up against the Giants. Numerous touchdowns, they put up numbers, and it didn't take a nutritionist to see they hunger. Only stat Kerry Collins could get was interceptions. He must have thought throwing to the D counted as receptions. The pass was legendary, but don't sleep on the present. Our secondary make quarterbacks avoid that direction. You tryna run the ball, you better hope your blockers work. You can juke, you can spin, but your destination's the turf. This is a man's game, being soft will get you hurt. Watch the defense force a fumble and the fans go berserk. 17 weeks, only one league, out of 32 squads, no one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go! They always win when the championship's on the line, so if you hoping that they failed, then you really wasting your time. Going that's the 49ers, I'm pretty sure they remember when they made a comeback, but weren't declared the winners. 2 rings down, but you know they won't stop now. If the opposing D's caught slipping, you know exactly how that goes. That's another deep connection for 6 points in the end zone. The stadium goes wacko as Ravens put in work. Pittsburgh Steelers, that still curtain is looking more like a skirt. So tell me who they say is gonna beat them Bengals? Who used to be the Browns until they relocated? Ravens, they are one of the greatest. There's simply no denying it. To beat them, bringing your A game's a requirement. With the youth of the team, I bet they still be dominant, even after the greatest linebacker's retirement. 17 weeks, only one league, out of 32 squads, no one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go!
Welcome to another edition of SC Sports. Thank you, everybody here. I thought about doing this video recorded, but I was like, you know what? I haven't done a live in a minute. I tried to come live every Monday. So I figured, let's do the good, bad, and ugly live. Shout out to everybody here. See Marcus and Raven, Joshua Marcus. Raven 76B, more Paul Masick. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody there. Okay. Shout out to all of you. Shout out for the people that watched me on my halftime show when I said, you know what? I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel as confident as Justin Tucker no more. Shout out to that take. That take wasn't, I mean, it didn't take too long for obviously that, I mean, he missed that 46-yarder. And that's why I was saying, like, he's been missing lately since last year. And you know what? I'm here to own an Eastern Crow because that was just a bad take for my part. Shout out to Chase, Terrence. Shout out to everybody here joining the live stream. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk good, bad, and ugly. This is what we're gonna do, and this is how I'm moving forward. If I do a good, bad, and ugly during the year on the live stream, we're gonna do it like this. So you can call in later, and we can have the good, bad, and ugly. Let me put the phone number there. Let me take the other stuff out because it looks dumb right now. Yeah, let me take that out. Yep. So we're gonna text me there, as it says in the screen. And you can text me, and then you're gonna be in the show for you to tell me you're good, bad, and ugly. Also, obviously, super chats are available if you want to super chat me to support the show. That's up to you. A name on the channel, super thanks. So if you're watching the replay and you want to just, give something to the channel, appreciate that too. So anyway, I put out there, my wife recorded me, not my reaction, I guess the afterwards, because I was like in disbelief. Put it on Twitter, put it on IG, so you can go check, make fun of me. My hand still hurts a little bit. I slammed a concrete wall. I could not believe it. And you know what? Shout out to Justin Tucker. But let's talk about here. Let's talk about the good. Justin Tucker, 66. I know he missed a field goal, but 66-yarder, longest ever. He is in my good. Obviously, that's the JT I need. I was a little upset with him when he makes the 46 because it's a dome. You need to make that shit. Sorry, in Raven. And yeah, the monetized right now. But anyway, he needs to make that. So, but he redeemed himself 66 plus. My other good. The secondary played well, but they weren't really challenged as much. So I'll give it to them. The O-line. The O-line had a really good, solid game. Yes, there was a couple of times that they got penetration. It happens, right? You telling me Lamar got pressure on a blitz? Well, that's the blitz intent. They have 5 people blocking. They bring 6. Somebody's gonna be free. And my other good, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews looked like the tight end that he just got paid, right? That's the tight end that we signed. That's the tight end that we paid for. Mark Andrews was beastie. He was getting wide open, right? Zone coverage. Lamar was reading the zone coverage greatly. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is also my good look. Lamar Jackson should have had 350-yard plus in this game. No question. Lamar Jackson should have been 350 plus. His receivers let him down. But his throws were so good. If I had critiques of Lamar in this game was his running game. So many times there was so much green in front of him. And I get it. He's still looking to make the play on the passing, but his O-line, because he stepped up so much in the front, his O-line, it's going to be hard for the tackle to come back and block those guys, right? So a couple sacks, I felt like it wouldn't be a sack if he would have just taken off. And yeah, holding the ball a little bit longer than I thought, and then the running side. But like his throwing, it was amazing yesterday. When he needed to throw away the ball, because that's important. Two people don't think about those. He threw the ball away when he needed to throw the ball away. So I was in love with Lamar Jackson's game. The Ravens left too much points on the board. I would say this, my other good, the first half pass pressure. It wasn't I talk about against Kansas City how our front 4 or 5 was generating some sort of pressure, right? Not all game, but some sort of pressure, right? Not this game, but the blitz was working, right? And in the first half, Goff was like, "Oh my God," he was looking bad. And then the second half, he just like stepped back. It was so weird. This game was weird. Coaching wise, it was really, really weird. Raven has to say, "Hey, what's up, Sunny? Number 9 is a goat." Hey, I can't dispute it. Okay, that's my good. So good, a lot of good in this game. Let's talk about the bad. The bad, very little bad as well. Sorry about that. I would say the bad was coaching. And usually I don't blast the coaches, but let's talk about that challenge that I'm still. I mean, I went back and watched the game. I was like, where did he saw anything for us to challenge that, right? So yeah, that's the first one. Oh, by the way, and the announcer calling Tucker, whatever it was, Trucker, I don't even remember, but he called his not his name. I'm like, dude, Justin Tucker's not a rookie. What are you talking about? You should be making this the name. It should not be hard. It's not that hard. It's not hard for me. I'm not even English. Is not my favorite language, my first language. Come on. So shout out to the announcer. Anyway, so we're talking about coaching, Harbaugh, and then I always like I think the Ravens right now need to go a little bit back to basics, and they did it against the Chiefs. They completely went back to that. Let's throw the ball more. Let's throw the ball more. And again, Lamar was dealing, but the receivers weren't there. And why we the misdirection on the running side, it wasn't there. So I was baffled by the running or the play calling offensively. And you don't I know that's very popular opinion overall on the Ravens fan base, but you don't hear me criticizing the coaching as much. Because I also gonna criticize Wink. The first half, that pressure work. In the second half, you were more like hands on. Let me just push my guys back. It could be that the D line got tired. Remember, remember we still had a short rotation in the D line, so it could have been that. But still, I was not a fan of the defensive play calling in the second half. I was not a fan of the offensive game plan. We should have put way more than 19 points on the board, and also the bad. It's overall the team felt like didn't want to play. I mean, they were definitely playing to the level of competition. It felt flat, right? The performance, it felt. And I said this, I tweeted early, and they're like, man, this game feels like the Raiders game. Think about the Raiders game. The Raiders game was a game that we led throughout the whole game to lose at the end. And we almost did that here. We need to go back to 2018, pull teams away, right? Okay. That's my bad. Let's talk about the ugly. There's two, and this hurts me. There's two common people or players that I had to put up here for the same damn reason. Patrick Queens and one of my favorite players is Sean Elliott. There was even a play that Queens and Ellie had this guy, both of them, they go to tackle like this. Not really like this, but they're like, Elliot, what the F, man? More than Elliot, Patrick, Effie, Queen, you are a middle linebacker, sir. Your job, your first job, is clean up. The D-line takes all the tacklers, and you come and clean up. You should always lead the team in tacklers, you and the safeties, right? But Elliott and him ain't tackling well. And the stats will tell you, Patrick Queen led the team in tackles. Yes, he's also probably leading the team in missed tackles. I think I saw at least 4 missed tackles. I mean, I am baffled. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Can we wrap up? Can we extend the arms? Can we just go to effing basics on the tackling side? What are we doing? But look, Queen and Elliott, I know Avery did it once too. I got it. But Queen and Elliott, again, Elliott, one of my favorites. Queen, I always been murking him, but I see potential in Queen. But Queen and Elliott, you're not only miss tackling because you don't want to wrap up. You angles are atrocious. I'm like, what are you doing? You're taking the wrong angle every play. There was a play that they had Swift behind maybe Swift was like in the 1 yard line. And these jokers took such a bad angle, and they neither of them wanted to wrap up, that Swift just went through both of them. Almost like they were like, just pass, man. Just, you. And again, if you go back to my pregame, right, and I'm here always to tell you, never go away from something at my statement. Again, I'm going to own up that I said, well, with Tucker, after missing that field, like, yeah, are you always thinking now that he's automatic? Yeah, eating crow in that. But pregame, I said, this specific game, our keys to the game is the linebacking core. I said it. Why? Because we kept T.A. Hawkinson in check, right? Basically took him out. But the linebackers could not contain the running backs. The running backs were creating lanes. They were creating, their O-line was creating lanes. The linebackers were not getting there. And when they were getting there, they were not tackling the guys. Why? Again, you have one job. It was so bad. It was so bad on Patrick Queen. And you can see the coach is seeing this, right? Did they take a guy that has not played a snap this year that they brought from the practice squad, Josh Bynes? And I like Bynes. In a clear passing situation, that's the theory where Queen's supposed to excel, right? Faster linebackers, sideline to sideline. I remember Raven said, because I was a fantasy mostly. He has not played well, and basically has not played in the Jets, but the Jets are where careers go to die. Anyway, I digress. Patrick Queens and a passing down, they're like, yo, you're missing so many tackles. Let me just pull you out. They put Josh Bynes and they put the running back against Bynes, easy completion for like 20 yards, right? And I'm like, okay, so what the hell we do? Because to be honest, that's not a good position for Josh Bynes. It's just not. But it's not either good for Patrick Queen, because Patrick Queen ain't covering nothing. So anyway, Patrick is my ugly. Deshaun Elliott my ugly. I actually think, give her a couple of weeks, Brandon Stephen might be better than Deshaun Elliott, because Deshaun Elliott, I always thought he's as a free safety, really good on the strong safety. But he ain't playing like a good strong safety right now, because a good strong safety finished the damn play. He finished the play. I know, again, we talk about Averett. Some of the corners, especially Averett, they're lighter. When they get a running back full steam ahead, it's hard for them to bring them down. But safeties and linebacker, that is their jobs, okay? Another ugly. Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown had his worst performance that I can remember as Raven. Hollywood Brown has the case of the drops he's for now and then. Last year specifically, he had a bad case of the drops. 3. Look, the first one, it was well contested, the first one. And the defender might have even put a hand, like a finger on it. But the ball landed there. Couldn't catch it. And I was like, that's a tough one. That Lamar made a perfect throw. Maybe concentration issues. Maybe like Hollywood couldn't see it because the defender jumped. I'm willing to give him a pass. Second one. He has the defender beat by 2 bodies, right? Like, easy touchdown. It grazes the hands. And I'm like, here I am in Spanish, cursing and also praying at the same time, saying, God, just give me, because I feel like I'm going to throw up. By the way, before I keep going, don't forget, if you want to be in the show, text 443-292-2337, 443-292-2337. The third one, it was the worst of the 3. So the third one was an over-the-shoulder throw. It was I'm here, bobble and gone. 3 perfect strikes. No one could have thrown a more perfect ball than the ball that was thrown to Hollywood Brown at that particular moment. And I'm looking, I'm like, holy shit. What the F is happened? I'm baffled, right? Sammy Watkins also drops another one, and I think Mark Andrews also drops another one. I'm like, why? But the Hollywood Browns would have just walking touchdowns. Walking touchdown. So I was pissed. I would have benched him, to be honest. I would have been like, well, I said it in the moment. I would have benched him, and then I might have to repost like, you don't want to bench him because you don't want to get even more into his head. Maybe some easy completions, whatever. Not good. Not good at all. Let me say one more thing. I forgot about this on my bad. Lamar Jackson makes a hell of a throw on 4th and 19. And Sammy Watkins makes a hell of a catch. But here's the bad. Go back and watch that play. I think he got it with like 23, 24 seconds. Around there. Sideline is wide open for him to run. He runs middle. And here I am. Joker, we had no timeout. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right. He runs to the sideline. 24 seconds. No timeouts. You couldn't gain those 10 yards, right? Harbaugh said, like, I would have liked it better to be in the, 10 more yards in. You made the kick, I got it. But those are things that are like mental errors. Like, you caught it, need to go to the outside. Pew, done. 24 seconds, Lamar can just, Lamar couldn't even, look, because 24 seconds and you're 10 yards from there was like 5 yards for the mark, but let's say you're aiming thin, spread them out. Say, Lamar, don't take a sack. If you see that they just go back deep, you run and look for the sidelines, and Lamar can get that easily, right? And we got lucky. We got lucky on the 66-yard line. We got lucky that there's no delay of game. So, but anyway, I see some people here that pop later. Man, Myth Message, shout out to you, man. Don C, shout out to you. Raymond Ron, I don't know if I take shout out to you, but if not, shout out to you, my friend. Okay, so we have a caller here waiting. Give me your good, bad, and ugly.
D Mello.
How you doing, man?
Yo, how you been, man? Thanks for letting me on.
No problem. Were you in Detroit, by the way?
Excuse me?
Were you in Detroit? Because I know you're in the...
No, I didn't make it. I'm planning on Denver this weekend, though. I was like, Detroit's a sad city, and I'm not getting shot. I'd rather go to Denver.
You get to Denver. Mahal, America.
Man, it's been a very entertaining past 3 weeks. Very entertaining.
I feel like I lost years out of my life in the past 3 weeks.
Yeah. No, the amount of stress is definitely not worth it. I almost couldn't watch the kick yesterday. I was like, I can't go through this right now. I can't do it. I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
But I'm excited that right now we're 2-1. I really had us through the first 4, 2-2. So we'll see how that pans out, because Teddy Bridgewater is balling right now. Even though they have played some suspect teams, he's still putting the ball where it needs to be. So yeah, we definitely got to stay on point with them. One question I do have with Hollywood. I understand the drops yesterday and those easy walk-ins. Do you think he's second guessing his foot?
No.
I'm saying, like, afraid to get that contact.
Yeah.
But he was wide open.
Okay, so somebody else brought that up to me, and I said to them, I think Hollywood Brown, this has been my issue with Hollywood Brown. He's getting open. So obviously it's not an issue of his nothing below the waist, right? He's getting open, he's running the right routes and everything. I think his drop problems are because he's afraid of the hit. And because he's afraid of the hit, he's overthinking the catch because he's trying to get ready for whatever's surrounding him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is what's costing him those drops. So what can we? I don't know. He needs to just be ready for that ball better. Because the problem is, look, he's doing half of the job correctly. He is getting wide open, right?
Yep.
That is hard in itself. But if you cannot catch the ball, then you're
what's
as
the
good as
point?
cover. Yeah, you're as good as cover. So to be fair to him, his first 2 games he played really good. This one, it was one of the worst that I ever seen him play. So obviously he needs to come back. He has had the drop problems for a minute, not to this extent. I mean, he was wide open 2 straight plays, and it is what it is. I can't wait to see Bateman. But still, that's Lamar's boy. Think about his pick. Lamar was still looking for who?
Yeah, we were still looking for him. Yeah. Like, even watching that play that he gave up that pick, he did. Like, sometimes it frustrates me because, Lamar I think he sometimes just tries to do too much and doesn't accept that. Like, kind of like the check down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because in that pass that he threw that interception, he definitely had somebody wide open in the flat. But you always want to take the shot, and I know we left a lot of points. But that game should not have been that close.
Think about the pick 6 that didn't happen, right? The Bowser dropped it. And not only that, Lamar, one criticism that I will have for Lamar is he has been locking to their guys lately, meaning he already knows I want to go deep. He doesn't look anything underneath, including running lane. Including running
Exactly. Lanes. He could just take off. I guess, listen, sometimes you got to realize, man, forget, like, we're past 2 minutes. Fuck the narrative and just run that ball. Like, if you got open lane, like how you were saying, Watkins had that whole outside lane to run. Instead, he runs through the middle of the field. Mm-hmm. It's like just situational awareness. Like, people need to pick up on that. Oh, the only other thing is this whole Elliott getting injured every damn game is getting annoying already. Like, I got the concussion. Now this last week, this last week he had it again, and it's like, yo, you're playing for a contract. He's gonna end up getting like a hometown discount because I don't think anyone's gonna overpay him.
Well, you saw what he said about that?
Oh yeah. That's that. He said, "You guys act like I do this shit on purpose."
Yeah.
I'm summarizing. I'm paraphrasing or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I know you're not trying to. Of course not. He started with injuries on the team. So
yeah.
I was like, damn, you just gotta stay on the field. And he gotta watch where he places his helmet. On those, I understand, listen, you drugged King Henry and made him fumble, but you don't have to try that on every single person. You're gonna risk your neck. And God forbid you get paralyzed, man. Do not keep dropping that helmet like that. No.
Yep. No, so I'll say this to what you're saying. Two things can be right. And maybe make the point you can get mad at the guy for getting hurt. Yes, it's football. And I agree with that statement that Raven's saying, but also what happens when a guy gets hurt a lot, that means there's a point where you're like, okay, I cannot depend on this guy.
Exactly.
Right? And then that's when you can see teams start to turn the corner. Plus, again, his play has not been great. It's not like he's been balling this year. He has had some nice play. And, again, tackling, which it was one of his strong suits, had not been great in other plays. And he can see the writing in the wall, in my opinion, because he knows Stevens was drafted to be a free safety. That's his position. And then you still had Darius Washington.
So we got Geno Stone back there too?
Yeah, they don't like Geno. Let's be fair. People keep bringing Geno. They don't like Geno. They like Geno. They like Geno for special teams, and that's fine. But you don't see them putting him there.
No.
They have Stephens already jumped Geno, and I think Darius Washington jumped Geno as well. Geno is there for special teams purposes. But yeah, Joker, I mean, it's sad. Again, one of my favorites. Even when we drafted him out of Texas, I was in love with that pick. But yeah, injuries, and again, I don't know what is this non-tackling of the team in collection. I
Yeah.
single out those two guys because I see multiple plays for them, but the team right now doesn't want to tackle, and that's not a good sight.
No, this game, yeah, this was this was like a pee-wee football, annoying ass game to watch. It was like so disappointing. I was like, come on, I get it. It's tough to win on the road, but when you make it harder for yourself
Yep.
by doing these stupid ass mistakes, no. And especially against a team like Detroit that was hungry for a damn win, those guys gave you 1,000%, and you barely got out of there alive. Fuck, man. That was just disappointing in that part. But the only other thing, onto Denver, because I'm not gonna dwell on that. We got some guys back. I'm not expecting to see Bateman in this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I'm not. One, the air in Denver has that ball float a little bit, and that hang time gives the defensive guy another couple seconds to catch up to you. And I understand like defensive penalties, like a pass interference, but you don't need to risk it in Denver. Just let the guy come back nice and smooth. Don't rush it. Oh, the only other thing, we need to run that ball with why we got away from Williams.
Okay, so I said this during the game too. I said I think Williams is in the doghouse, and I'm not lying. And you can see.
Oh, you're talking about that fumble.
Well, he has had problems holding up to the ball. He hasn't lost any, I think. But think about this: the one big carry, and I think of all the runners, he is running the best. Okay, but when he was carrying the ball, instead of like all the other running backs, they carry it here. As soon as William took it, he did this, two hands. Usually you see that when somebody's about to hit him and then they secure it or somebody's trying to pull it, right? No, he took it, and as he's hitting the hole, he puts it high, and he basically was two hands carrying. I'm like, well, that's odd.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. No.
So I think he's in the doghouse, and I think they're saying, like, you need to protect the ball better, which now is in his head, and we'll see how that develops. To be fair, if this doesn't get better, I wouldn't be surprised, which I'm not a fan of this, to see Le'Veon and then he getting demoted. Or
yeah, I see Le'Veon's tweet. He's ready.
Because
he thinks so.
Yeah. I to be fair, the other thing is, I think Williams is running really well. The fumble he needs to clean. I think Murray's running really well. I don't think Freeman's running well at all. So I'll be okay if they flip Freeman for Bell. But especially Bell was a really good pass catcher. So it'd be nice to have him there. That will be mine, especially on third down. Williams is a good pass catcher as well. But yeah, you can see it might be in his head, which is not great. And he might be unnoticed, but definitely he's in the doghouse. Although, funny enough, how many carries do you think Murray got in that game?
How many Murray? I'm gonna say 5.
He got 7. How many do you think Williams got?
I'm gonna say 3.
He got 5. So essentially, they were almost split, but it didn't feel like it.
It's just that the effect on the game is not there anymore.
Well, the other thing is we went with a completely different game plan, right? Instead of being like power running, misdirection running, we were like, we just gonna try to throw as much as we can. And yeah, I think if we would have played the same type of offense that we play against KC, which is this type of offense you need to play against Denver, because Denver's corners are healthy. And I'm going to put a video of this. Denver corners are healthy, but their linebacker core is not healthy, and their D-line inside is very soft. So you should have a power running game against Denver.
No, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Thanks for letting me on, man. I'm gonna let somebody else call in.
No problem, bro. Take care.
All right, likewise, man. Thanks again.
Bye. Let me see here. All I have to say about the the delay of game. Is this incomplete? Is this incomplete forward pass? Yeah, I mean, the incomplete forward pass, it was a tacky call. Now, the NFL likes to make it hard on themselves, because then I was listening to Dean, and he was saying, talk about a stupid rule. They were saying, because it's not the quarterback throwing the ball, if the motion looks forward, even though it goes backwards, it's a forward pass if it is a running back throwing the ball. And I was like, okay, I didn't know the rule, right? So I'm not going to be pretending here that I knew the rule. I was like, what? The rule changes if it is a running back? Why? Again, NFL making themselves everything harder for themselves. Doesn't matter who it is. It always should be a backwards pass. Nah. So anyway, I get it. Definitely get it. If Ronnie Stanley coming back, when he does, you rotate Alejandro and Macari. I agree. I'm sorry. I guess, but Alejandro looked like shit. Okay, so a couple of things here. Alejandro looked bad. Alejandro also faced the toughest pass rush we have faced so far. Okay. And third, the game that everybody talks about, which was the Chiefs, we play our power running game, our misdirection game. And that's what we need to play against any of these guys. And Lamar should live around 20 attempts, and the rest should be power running. And Lamar, when he's running, something that I haven't been liking is he's lowering his shoulder to kind of, just go outside. Once you make the first down, if you see anybody getting close, just hit back. Macari's there, but I'm assuming, Joshua, that Macari is like the fifth running back. But I like Macari. Macari, I'm hoping he gets a chance. No, we talk about that 4th and 19, spirit of justice. And what we said about the 4th and 19, let me be very, very clear. 4th and 19. O-line, beautiful in that play. They only rushed 3, I get it. Lamar Jackson poised, because I'm here saying, fucking throw it, right? No, he was like, nope. The only bad thing of that play, perfect pass, perfect protection, it was Sammy Watkins. He forgot to cut left. He went cut right. That, like when Lamar spiked the ball, I think we had 7 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. If he would have gone left, we'd have had 20 seconds. 20 seconds to gain 5 or 7 yards. 20 seconds. Obviously, again, we won the game, but they shouldn't. Sammy Watkins, a veteran, he should have just gone outside. We expect Lamar on 49-19 and put them. Look, yeah, the other thing is Lamar Jackson, he played a hell of a game. I said, again, good, better, and ugly. I had him in my good. He played a hell. One of his best performance. And like I said earlier, let me see here. The numbers will not show that, because the numbers are bad because the Ravens receivers let them down. He completed only just about 50%. He should have been like 75%. 27. In my opinion, he should have had 350 plus. Not because of stuff that he did, because of what the receivers left in the field. The pick was a bad throw. Although, looking back, I'm not going to be Hollywood, but looking back, I think what Lamar was expecting was Hollywood to go on a go route, and Hollywood stopped, right? And then Lamar was like, okay, and this is what Lamar got back. He forced it. Coverage was there. Right, he could have signaled Hollywood to keep going, but yeah, obviously not in the same. But on Lamar, but regardless, Lamar played one of his best games in the passing game. Right, he was excellent. Like you could see that ball coming out, like the pass to Brashad on the sideline, beautiful touchdown pass to Duvernay, well schemed. Guy was wide open on the corner on the end, so perfect pass. Mark Andrews eating. But yeah, he should have been like in 70%. Too many drops. But yeah. But anyway, thank you, Spirit of Justice, for that comment. Okay, guys. So a couple of things. Tomorrow's AFC North Talk. We're gonna come 5:45 p.m. East. It should be a fun show. Wednesday, I'm gonna try to have my Behind Enemy Lines game review. I have not found any Bronco podcaster that's willing to come in the show, so it might be no Behind Enemy Lines, but content will be there. I want to make sure you guys, if you give me the feedback, is something you like, is something you don't like, because I'm watching the numbers. Numbers aren't where I would like for them to be right now for the channel. So any feedback, DM me, put in the comment section. Also, again, there's super thanks if you want to, help the channel out. It's going to be there in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to be here next Monday to do this again, Good, Better, and Ugly live. Again, taking callers and all your comments. Take care, and I will see you next time.